Welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time.
Oh, hello, and welcome back to the studio. Let me move my camera. There we go. I just finished a painting, as you can see, the eye. If you want to check that out, check the eye cards are there. Why am I telling you this at this stage? Because I've got all the paints left on my palette, and I thought, let's use them up. So today I've got a 20 by 16 canvas. Had this as a Christmas present, so I thought I would use it. Yes, let's see if we can do something very quick with this. And we're going to do a seascape. So all the colours you're going to need are coming up there, along with some brushes. I don't know what brushes I'm going to be using yet, so it's a mystery to me as it is to you. So let's have a bit of fun, shall we, today? Let's have a bit of fun. I've just finished one lesson, so let's see if we can get this done pretty quick. I'm just going to use a 1-inch short flat. Can we do all this with one brush? Why not? Let's have a try. So I've got some white paint left. That's all the paint I've got in my little tub. There you go. So let's put some white paint. I'm just going to use that up and get some of my liquid clear. That's that one there, liquid clear. Now you can mix this directly in with the paint. You can. Why do I do that? Because it's going to stop it from drying out so quick, so it can be used in that way as well. You need to mix it in really well though. Okay, so if you've got some of that, then use it. If not, use a little bit of retardant or something like that. I can't guarantee how long that will actually take to dry, but I know with the liquid clear it can take quite a while to dry out. So I'm just mixing that well in there. I'm going to go straight in. With some acrylic clear, acrylic titanium white. Yes, and with my little liquid clear in there as well, and I'm just going to put that on a reasonable thickness. Now you can add a little bit more liquid clear to that if you wanted to, and spread that in and thin that out, and that's going to stop that from drying on you. There you go. You can also use some of my blending white if you've got some. That's good for this technique as well, but we're not going to be talking about blending white today, but that is available as with the medium mix and liquid clear on my website. I'm going to come down roughly there for now. I don't want to go all the way down, I just want to go halfway. That's roughly where my horizon line is going to be. Picking up a bit more paint, picking up a bit more of my liquid clear, mixing that in nice like that, and then just going to throw that on the canvas, as they say. Let's just throw that on the canvas. Now you can't see much at the moment because my cameras are screaming at me now, and they're going, no, the exposure, I can't focus, I can't get the exposure right. This is not fair, Clive. What are you doing to us? Us cameras need a little bit of colour in order to get the exposure right. So I do apologise for completely blinding you and my cameras, but that's all we need to do is that. Now what we need to do is, let's see what we've got on here. We got some raw sienna. Let's pick up a little bit of raw sienna. Let's pick up some raw sienna on our brush. There's a little bit of yellow mixing in with it. It doesn't matter. That's not a problem. Let's get some of that raw sienna into the sky like this. Let's get some more raw sienna on our brush. Raw sienna tends to be a little bit transparent, so be very careful, because this is going to be mixing with the white as well, and as we come down it's going to start to get a little bit lighter like that. Now I got some burnt umber there, so let's use a bit of my burnt umber up, and let's darken the top of that sky with a bit of burnt umber like that. Now you might see a little bit of glare on these canvases. Let me just, I was adjusting my camera a little bit there. I'm just getting a little bit more burnt umber in the top of the sky like that. I'm just bringing that in, merging that like this. Let's get some more raw sienna now on our brush. Let's bring that down like this, mixing that in with the white that we've got in place. We come down to about there, didn't we? We certainly did. Now the liquid clear is keeping our titanium white workable, and that's what we want. Don't worry if there's a couple of little darker patches in there. Let's get a bit of yellow. Let's get a bit of yellow, and let's just bring in a little bit of yellow to this sky now. Let's just bring in a little bit of yellow to the sky. let's add a little bit of colour. Let's add a little bit of colour, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of a sunset or a sunrise type of look to this painting, nice and straight across. Very lightly, get the end of your brush, very lightly drag it across like that. Wow, what a lovely, lovely effect. Washing that brush very quickly. I'm going to try and do this painting with one brush. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit of black, a little bit of black, a little bit of burnt umber. I'm going to make it like a Van Dyke type brown colour. So I got it's like a brown black, in other words, taking some excess off. I'm just going to put a little bit of colour and darken that sky off, just a touch on the top like that. Just a touch. Bring a little bit of grey down in there like that. A couple of little flecks like this. Just a couple of little flecks. Just of maybe some what looks like some distant clouds, possibly, I don't know. Is that right? Let's get our brush and let's wipe our brush dry like that. Very lightly, very lightly. Let's go straight across and blend and merge all that in together. Now washing our brush again very, very, very quickly. And let's get some more white. A lot of white, and let's get some liquid clear. Again, let's mix that liquid clear in with our white. As I said, if you haven't got any liquid clear, try a little bit of retarder. It might work. I don't know. I can't guarantee it will work, but it might. The liquid clear is what I've developed myself over the years for my own personal painting techniques, and I brought that to YouTube for you to try as well. It's taken a long time for me to actually develop my own additives for the studio and use them in my style of painting. But I mean, it's there if you want to pop along, as I said, to the website, which is www.clive5art.co.uk. Pick up a small tube, give it a try. 100 mils of this lasts a long time. It certainly does. But there's other amounts there. You can have the 250 ml bottle, or you can have a 200 ml bottle, or you can have a half a litre. It's entirely up to you, and depends how much you use of it. But it's there if you want. A little bit of black coming through, but doesn't matter. This is our horizon line. We want that to be a little bit misty there. And again, let's pick up a little bit of this yellow, and let's bring a little bit of this yellow down now into the sea area like this. There we go. And then let's pick up a little bit of a raw sienna, and let's bring some raw sienna in across that horizon line there, roughly there. Roughly. It doesn't have to matter. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly straight or not. In fact, let's just get a little bit of more darker colour there. Let's just really define that line if we can. Get it as straight as possible. But this type of painting, it doesn't really matter. And then just very, very lightly, just blend that together like that. Very, very lightly. Spend a little bit more time. You've got a little bit more time than I have. And let's get this nice and dark in here. Let's get some nice dark. Let's mix a bit of black with that brown. Burnt umber and black will tend to be like a Van Dyke brown colour. So just put a little bit of colour. Let's just bring a little bit of darker colour in like this. There you go. And then just bring that across there like that. And let's bring a little bit more black to this. And let's just put some shadows in. Trying to do this with one brush, it's not easy at all. But we will get there. We will get there. Let's just put a few little shadow marks in. Like this. There we go. A little bit more dark. A little bit more dark. Let's get some more shadows in. There you go. And just play around with a couple of little shadow marks here and there and there and here and here and there and there and here. It certainly is. A bit more shadow in there. I'm trying to do this with one big brush. Let's clean my brush off. Let's chuck a little bit of colour down here, going into that bit of that burnt umber mix. There we go. Let's get a little bit of yellow going in there. Let's get a little bit of reflection in there. Let's make it look like this could possibly be the beach, couldn't it? It could possibly be the beach. There we go. So we need a bit of reflection because this water, the tide has been going out and it's left the beach wet. It certainly have. Let's get a bit of raw sienna. Let's use some of these colours up. Let's use some of these colours up. There we go. Bit of raw sienna. Slight touch of red. Why not? Let's just put a little bit of red in there just to warm through that colour. Now, what we can do now is this. Let's get our brush. Let's give our brush a little wash. Let's give our brush a little wash. Let's bring the brush down like this, leaving some marks there like that, and very lightly across, just to give that hint, maybe some water there. Let's get some white paint on our brush, and now let's get some virgin paint. We don't want paint with the liquid clear on there because it's a bit too thin. There we go. And let's just put some breakers in the water like that. How does that look? How does that look? It looks quite nice, doesn't it? I'm going to dry this off in a second so it won't be so shiny and you'll be able to see it a little bit better on camera. Let's put a few line marks in that area there, like that. Taking that off, just pulling back, In fact, let me do what I was going to do. Let me just dry that off and then you should be able to see it a little bit better because there's quite a lot of glare on this canvas at the moment. What you'll find is using this liquid clear that it's still wet. Look, even with a lot of hair drying, so it is still tacky. So you've got to be aware of that. I'm just going to go with it as it is because I want to try and keep this less than 20 to 30 minutes if I can. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more burnt umber. I'm just going to darken down the sky just a touch, and I'm just going to slowly, thinly layer that in. Using a little bit of water, a little bit of moisture. I just want to darken that one edge just a touch and bring that down like that. There we are. You need to wait for this to dry really well, I think, before you do what I'm doing. But I'm against the clock a little bit, so I want to bring a bit more. I want to bring a bit more colour down into this edge here now, like that. Just to compensate and balance, and all those other fantastic words that we say in art. I'm just going to pull that up like that. Just drag that in. Okay, let's get that white paint. As I said, I'm just using my same brush. I'm just using one brush. And I'm just trying to put some breakers and water patterns in. Yeah, like that. it's hard to say where one bit of water ends and another one finishes. Just bring a little bit of water there, because we said the tide is coming out. We'll just put a little bit of patterning in there. Just pull back a touch. Pull back a touch like that. Let's just get another little bit of a water pattern maybe. Yeah, like that. We don't know, do we? We don't know. And then just get your brush and pull back like that. And just blend it off. There we go. The tide has gone out. There's a little bit of water just remaining on the beach like that. A little bit of light reflecting. Let's get some more. Let's just get some more waves in. Tapping it very gently like that. Just to look as if they're way back. Way back in the distance. Bit of foam coming. There like that. And we can get a little bit of brown or black on our end of a brush, and let's just try and get a few little foamy patterns, shadows, whatever, flowing back like that. Let's put a little bit of a shadow just under that area there like that. A bit more white paint. Little tiny breakers in. That's where the sea is pulling itself out. How are we looking? There we are. A nice simple little painting. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please share your videos on all my videos on all your social media network pages like Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and Facebook and all those other fantastic places that you may visit. And if you like what you've seen today, then please comment, share, subscribe, and let me know if you like this type of thing, and maybe we can do another quick painting for you on the channel. And you can change this colour to any scheme you want. You could have it darker, brighter, whatever you want. So just with using one brush and using the paints that I had laying around, I painted away the stress of this afternoon here in Wales. And please comment, please check out my playlists and other videos in the iCards. There's a little me down there with my thumb up, and please press the subscribe button. But for now, and from me in Wales, have a good day, a good week, a good month, a good year, because I don't know exactly when you're going to be watching this. As you know, time is relative in CLIVE Art Studio.
Welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe. Visit clive5art.ca.